What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Six Figure Morning Show. We give you the best advice in business and life. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, subscribes. You already know I really do appreciate it. Man, we had a hell of a live last night. You guys get all the good information out of me on the lives, man. We ran that thing for 3 hours almost. Somebody put it in the chat comment whenever it was over. It said a second from being 3 hours. You guys pick my brain in the lives, and I'm just like, I love it though. I do. Don't ever think I'm complaining, man. I love it. I do. I'm enjoying every bit of this. I'm enjoying this journey, this process. I'm enjoying the ride. Thank you guys again for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I had a question in the comments. I was trying to get back to them last week, but I want to get to them today for you guys. This one comes from Alicia5306. She said, "Thank you, Robert. Do you think you could touch on materialism as it pertains to women? I'm a 100K woman, but 80K student loans. I purchased a fixer-upper home and racked up some credit cards. But what's really hard for me is the life of glamour being a single woman. The Brazilian waxes, eyelashes, hair done, nails done, having to look fly. I got invited to a party and I don't want to go because I know I'm spending money. By the way, I've been alcohol free for 3 weeks. Good job on the alcohol free. You move better and operate better, don't you? You just fucking, sorry, potty mouth. You just freaking, you just move better. You just operate better. You feel better. Your skin's not dehydrated. Your body's not lagging around. Alcohol free, man, is the way to go. I don't condone it. I've had my years of alcohol. I could care less. I don't condone it. I hope my sons don't drink. They probably will because society, everybody drinks. So you're going to go through that period, of drinking. It's such an anomaly to me when I see people that are like, I've never smoked weed. I've never had a drink. I'm like, good for you. Good for you. I wish I would have taken that route. I didn't. So yeah, I'm super happy that you're alcohol free for 3 weeks. That's freaking amazing. Now, to touch on the glitz and glamour, the materialism for a woman always having to be pretty. This is something I talk to men about, that women, if you don't plan on marrying her or seeing a real future with her, you kind of got to step away if you're going to go through this process, because women like to spend a lot of money. It's not sexist. It's not mean. It's not rude. It's real. You guys are 100% targeted by the marketing companies. I need you guys to understand that with marketing companies, there are teams of analysts and psychologists. There are boardrooms of people literally strategizing how to get you. So you're not over here when you walk into a store. It's not like, oh, I think that's pretty. There were 10 psychologists and marketing professionals and analysts and all these different people that came together in one room and said, let's make this pretty because we know Sarah, Jane, all these women are going to want it. That they got together, they compiled all their information from up here to down here, and they put it together, and they're selling you a bill of goods because they know that women love the shiny stuff. You love the glamorous life. And so this is where rubber meets the road. This is where you're going to have to put your feet to the fire and find out, how bad do I really want this? You talk about getting the Brazilian waxes, probably getting your hair done, your eyelashes done. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, your hair done, your nails, your eyelashes done. You're about to learn how to do your own nails, and you're going to have a bush. You're going to let that thing grow. All right, you're not going to be dating, you're not going to be partying, you're not going to be clubbing. Because honestly, I tell people all the time that talk to me with 100K income, there's no reason for you to be broke. If you make 100,000 plus, but let's just say you're right at the mark. Let's just say you're right at $85,000 to $100,000. There is no reason for you to be broke. There is no reason for you to at least not have your debts paid down and have a fully funded emergency fund. I'm not sitting telling you got to be stacked full of cash and moving towards a major future investment. But at $85,000 and $100,000 a year, there is no reason for you to be broke. You are living above your means. You are doing things that you have no business doing. Should you treat yourself from time to time? Of course. You're a human being on planet Earth. You should definitely treat yourself. But from what I see and what I've talked to so far with the coaching calls, there are people that treat themselves too much. They feel they deserve a treat every Friday and Saturday. Some people are deserving treats every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Guys, I smoke cigars. My cigars cost about $20. I smoke them. I like them. I'm going to keep doing it. That's my treat. That's it. I don't go to clubs. I don't go to bars. I don't drink. I don't smoke weed. I don't party. I don't date random women. I don't go out. Guys, I am who I say I am right here. I don't do any of that stuff. And it shows. It shows in my lifestyle. But I live very well below my means. So you may come to my apartment and be like, oh, it's an older apartment. I figured Robert will be doing this and that. No. My apartment is older. My apartment is comfortable. It's cozy. I like my little apartment. It's a townhouse, actually. I like it. It's older. It's cozy. It's comfortable. It's big enough for me and my son. I don't need a whole lot. It's cheaper rent, and it's allowed me to stack cash to the heavens. That was my goal. I stayed down. So yeah, whenever I have met women or do meet women and they see that I drive an old truck or they see that I live in an older apartment, I can very much so, guys, as honest as I can be, I can go out here and buy a brand new car cash right now. I can go buy a brand new 2025, 2026 cash right now. I'm not going to do it. I can go live on the 10th floor downtown Nashville and pay $2,000 or whatever a month rent. I'm not about to do it. I'm not. And some of your areas, I know that's what it requires. I get it. But does it? I'm living well below my means to accomplish my goals and stack cash. Well below my means. I could afford so much more. I can't do much more, guys. My time is stretched thin. I've become appointment only. But as far as living standards, I could live and do so much. Well, I haven't bought clothes in a year. All my good clothes have turned into work clothes, because once my work clothes get too ratted, I toss them, and all my good clothes become work clothes, and I cycle them out like that. Now I've been doing that system for a long time, and I think some of you older men or 100% know what I'm talking about. My good boots, because I buy work boots instead of tennis shoes. I have a pair of running shoes and I have work boots. That's it. I have a pair of running shoes, and then I have 3 pairs of different work boots. I'll buy a good pair of work boots and when I say work boots, guys, my work boots, like I'll buy a good pair of boots because they're going to last. So I buy the Doc Martens. I will go buy a pair of Doc Martens. That's like my walking around thing. I love Doc Martens. I have, oh goodness, I have like Irish Setter, freaking, what's the boot? Anyways, I have great work boots. My boots cost about $200 or so they're not cheap. They last forever. But I work a lot. So I buy things that are going to last. Cool shit ain't cheap, and cheap shit ain't cool. So the things I have are very minimum, but they're worth it. I don't buy the $50 watch. I buy $1,000 watch. And then I don't buy any more watches. The things that I have are not cheap, but they're worth it. So it's not the many, it's the few. I was trying to think. I was like, what the hell am I trying to say? I'm not focused on the many with stuff that I have. I'm focused on the few. So what I have has value in it. What I have might even retain or hold its value. That's very important to me. So to get away from me and go back to you, I would like to sit here and tell you that at $100,000, you're spending too much on yourself, partying and looking good. I think your life will change if you went down to a minimalistic cave woman type of lifestyle for 1 year. The people that you were drinking and partying with are really trying to look good for, they're probably not your people anyway. I'm just being honest with you. They're probably not your people anyway, because a lot of times once you start to get sober, once you stop going to the clubs and partying and bars and things, you'll realize that those people never come back around. You'll realize that you don't care to go back to that because they're not ready to change their life. So this is where you enter no man's land. That's very much so what you're talking to me about. Like you're trying to change your life without going to no man's land. You want a better life. You want to start a business, or you want to change your financial situation, but you're not ready to sacrifice. There's no way to change your life without sacrifice. There has to be a sacrificial period somewhere. For a lot of people, that sacrificial period looks like saving money and doing nothing but working. No more clubs, no more bars, no more BS relationships, none of that crap. The sacrificial period looks like absolutely nothing but working. And that does not necessarily mean working for money. You could be coming in every night and writing your book. You could be going every night and performing at a restaurant or a bar and doing your music so you can get your name and your brand out there. But it's free. You've sacrificed your time. There is no way to change your life without sacrifice. You are going to sacrifice your time. You are going to sacrifice some money, some energy, something. Something is going to go somewhere. You got to get rid of something old for something new to come in. And it's like you're trying to enter no man's land without sacrifice. You can't carry all that weight into no man's land. Not in the beginning. There's no possible way. You're going to go into no man's land and your nails are about to get dirty. You're freaking, your bush is going to grow, I guess. I don't know. You're freaking, your lashes. I mean, you're going to have to do those things on your own and touch up and keep yourself cleaned up on your own and save that money. Stop with the waxes. Cut out the massages. I mean, honestly, do you deserve it? Only you know. What have you done to deserve all that? You still got, $80K of student loans. If you cut out those, would you not be able to knock that down in 1 year to probably 40? Like, have you done a budget? Have you sat down to see how much money I'm actually spending here and there? How far, what are things going, incoming, outgoing? How much money do I have coming in? You said you're 100K plus woman. All right, I got all this money coming in, rent, lights, water, gas, food, my basic survival rates met. Well, I'm making too much money not to have none. Let's get organized. Let's get budgeted. These are the things that I talk about, in the one-on-one coaching. So, if I need to tailor something to you, that's completely different. But to the masses, let's get budgeted. Let's cut things out of our life. Let's cut out the fat. Let's get rid of the alcohol. Let's stop going to the barber every week or to the hair salon every week or to, getting our mani and pedis. Let's stop that. Let's stop going out to the clubs every weekend. Let's stop drinking. Let's cut the fat, guys. Cut the fat. And your life will change, but you got to be able to do it for a period of time. Depending on how hard you move, how fast you go at it, it could take just 6 months. But if you need to kind of go at it softly and be a little gentle with yourself, then 1 year to 2 years. That's it, man. I'm still in no man's land. I'm just on a different level of no man's land than a lot of you. But my beginning period of no man's land was 5 years. And that didn't mean I ran around and never went to a Texas Roadhouse. I stopped. I took breaks along the way. I ate some freaking Texas Roadhouse. I, smoked a cigar. I mean, I might have went out once or twice, but not really. I mean, I did absolutely nothing, guys. Seriously. But educate myself and go to work and stack cash and pay off debt, get my money right. I did nothing for 5 years. And I'm back in it. I came out for a little while. I enjoyed it. I've had my share of cigars and Texas Roadhouse and no clubs, no bars, not really into that anymore. But, I've had my share of things that I've enjoyed doing. Me and my son have went and done some things and, we had our time and now I'm back in no man's land. But my no man's land is different now. Now my no man's land is that of a teacher. I'm sitting here teaching. I am writing. I'm just grinding. I'm building my own. I did not know that a level of no man's land was going to lead me here. So I'm here. I'm here for it, guys. I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And I'm showing up every morning for you. So show up for me. Cut out the waxes, the eyelashes, cut out all the BS. I'm glad you got alcohol gone. That's freaking amazing. Get that shit out of your life. I mean, cut it out. Go monk mode for a woman. Hey, go monk mode. The same thing works for you. Go monk mode for 1 year. 2026 is right around the corner. Let's go ahead and enjoy the rest of the year for all of you. For all of you. Enjoy the rest of the year. 2026 is right around the corner. Let's get our mindset now. Let's go ahead and enjoy Thanksgiving. Let's go ahead and enjoy the holidays and Christmas and realize January 1st, we're going to wake up. And I don't believe in New Year, New Me. I think you start where you are. But hey, if that's what you got to do, New Year, New You, let's start, man. Let's be serious. Let's not allow 2026 to control us. Let's not allow 2026 to take over. Let's not set goals for 2026 and not execute on them. Let's get serious. It's right around the corner. Each and every one of you can do it. Alicia 5306, you can definitely cut the fat out of your life and change it in 2026. You can be on a whole new road going in a whole different direction. Do not concern yourself with those around you. Stay true to yourself, your path, your vision. The people around you can't come with you. You'll meet people along the road just as I've met you guys. There was another question. I'm just running through the comments today, guys. It's freaking great. And I promised that I'd get back to these. So I wanted to make sure I got back to them. On the same thread, there was another comment. And it said, it's from Joe, UI5VI. He said, you make good videos, but you said several jobs you can get with just a FINRA license. I don't know what FINRA license you're discussing, but let me read it. You make good videos, but you said several jobs you can get with just a FINRA license. You cannot be a loan officer without a bachelor's degree in the FINRA. It's only a secondary license. I have asked about several banks about it, looked it up everywhere, including real world forums. They all say the same thing. You need at least a bachelor's and a FINRA Series 63. Being an accountant is even more difficult. You also need college. Yes, being an accountant, you need college. I never said that you didn't need college to be an accountant, but you do not. I repeat, you do not need a bachelor's. Matter of fact, give me 1 second, but you do not. Loan officers typically have a bachelor's degree or on-the-job training. You do not need a bachelor's. Here's your problem, man. I'm going to go back to the question. You do not. 100%, I know you do not need a bachelor's to become a loan officer. Your problem is, first, I want you to understand, first off, let's be serious here. You don't have a bachelor's and you don't have experience and you went to the bank. Okay, that's like walking onto a construction site, not knowing how to, that's like walking onto a construction site, not knowing how to read a tape measure and saying, I want to be the foreman. Okay, it's not going to happen. So you can go and get your license. There are good schools out there. I posted one. No bachelor's. Yeah, I posted one right here. Let me see. The MLO Training Academy. MLO Training Academy. You could go there and you can take your you could take all your prerequisites to become a loan officer right there with that woman. She is one of the best in the United States. And and it's all over the world. It is worldwide. If I don't know the rules and laws in your country, but for United States only, I know she is one of the best, the MLO Training Academy. You can go there and you could take all your prereqs and get those out of the way. You do not need a bachelor's to become a loan officer. But here's the deal. How did you walk into the bank and ask them? Were you prepared? Okay, so of course they're going to tell you the rules, the standards, guys. Rules are just suggestions. You probably walked into that bank. How did you look? How did you conduct yourself? How did you carry yourself? How was your hair? Was your beard scraggly? Do you have a beard? Were you wearing a hoodie? Were you sagging? What did your tennis shoes look like? Were they dirty? Did you look like a loan officer? Did you look like a person that even had a bachelor's degree when you went in there and asked these questions? Did you look like a person of character deserving to get a six-figure, $100,000 to $250,000 a year job? Did you look like that part? Because that plays a major effing role. If you roll into the bank telling them, hey, I'd love to be a loan officer. I know they make about 200 grand a year and you look like trash. Do you think that's going to come around to you? I'm not being harsh. I'm being real. You got to be honest with yourself. That's why if you really have consumed my contact, then you have to become a millionaire up here mentally before you can ever become one here in the real world. You are going to have to start carrying and conducting yourself in such a manner. If you want to be a loan officer, you do not need a bachelor's degree, but you need character development. You need personal development. You need mental strength. You need fortitude. You need work ethic. You need cleanliness. You need style. You need hygiene, proper hygiene. There's so many things that you need to just roll into the bank and say, hey, I'd like to apply to be a loan officer. Bachelor's degree ain't one of them. So if you go to the MLO Training Academy, you go ahead, you knock that out, you do all the prereqs and get that done, and you get your I think you might even be able to test with them. I looked at it a long time ago. She's been around a long time. That woman has been around a long time. You might even be able to test with them. I'm not going to go over and Google anything. I'm not going to do that this morning to you guys. We'll talk about it at another date, but I'm positive you don't need a bachelor's degree to become a loan officer. You need character. Now, once you go, you do your training, you get it out of the way. You need to apply for things like Rocket Mortgage. You need to apply for the smaller loan companies. You do not go straight to the big dog and say, I want to work here with no experience and no bachelor's degree. It's going to have to be one or the other. You're going to have one or the other. To be a loan officer at the bank, I would imagine they want somewhere between 5 to 10 years worth of experience. And that's without me Googling it. Even, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a loan officer, but even I know that. I've been in the game long enough. And I think most adults in here, most older people would know exactly what I'm saying. You went to the big dog and tried to get a job. There's nothing wrong with that. That's exactly what you should do, to pick their brain. But you need to understand they're going to play on a different level. And also, banks are state and federal regulated. You need to look at certain things like that. They're going to want you to have a level of experience. They're going to want you to have a level of candor. If you don't know what candor is, Google it. They're going to want you to have levels of these things. Rolling in there in a hoodie, I wasn't there. I don't know how you approach the situation. I was not there, but I can tell you right now, Robert Edson with no bachelor's degree and an MLO training certificate, I'm going to walk in there and I'm going to get mine, probably without experience, because I just have that type of character. You know, they might tell me no, that's great, but I mean, still, I have that type of character to where I'm going to open up some doors and talk to some people. So how have you personally, what have you done to develop yourself to deserve what you're seeking? You understand? What have you done personally to deserve that type of money, that type of position? You've done no background work. I know you haven't. I know deep down in my soul, I know you haven't. You just Googled and then you asked and somebody told you no. And then you came to me and was like, he's a liar. What background work have you done on yourself to deserve it? That's the most important thing. That is more important than going to the training academy. Matter of fact, you need to be doing them at the same damn time. You need to be doing them probably at the same time. You need to be doing these things at the same time. Now, as far as FINRA licensing, I'm not really sure what you meant. I told you guys to go to the FINRA website and study. I'm not licensed on anything series, okay? I went and I did them. I studied them. I didn't say to go and get licensed on anything series exams. And I mean, if you want to get an insurance or something, yes, you have to do that. You don't need a bachelor's degree, guys. Insurance agents, real ones, make millions of dollars a year. Not the low-level people, but the real brokers, the real owners, owner-operators. They make millions of dollars a year, guys. You do not need a bachelor's degree for that. But you need drive, you need gumption, you need character, you need personal development. You can't just go in there like a kid with a hoodie on smelling like weed and was like, I'd like to sell insurance and make $1 million a year. It's not going to happen. So yeah, you can go to the FINRA, FINRA, and even for you guys out of country that want to learn more about the U.S. banking and things like that, I can't tell you for your specific country, but for those out of country that want to learn more about U.S. banking, things of that nature, go to the FINRA, FINRA, just do a quick Google search of FINRA, and you can go to their website, and you can start studying for all different series exams. You could study for their stock exams. You could study for their insurance, all their insurance stuff. You could study for their loan officer course. You could study for all kinds of stuff, financially related. And I think it's geared more towards finance, but I feel like there's something else in there. So you had to go dig around the website and look. There's something else in there too that they offer. They offer financial coaching programs. You can get FINRA certified to be a financial coach. So much in there, so much in the website, guys. But as far as me telling you to get a FINRA license on anything, I didn't do that because I study the material, but I'm not going to take the test. That's where I stop, because once you take the test and you get licensed, you're regulated by law to what I could say. So if I came to you guys with a series 63 or 67 or whatever, they got so many freaking licenses in there. If I came to you guys with those, I'd have to shut up half the stuff I say. I do study the material, so I fully understand these things, but I'm not licensed with these things. Hope that helps, man. Character development is going to be a big issue, and that is something that you need to focus on. If you want to get to the level of making that type of money, your character is what's going to get you there. Eventually, you start to make so much money that you won't be able to hourly make it anymore. You're going to need networking. You're going to need handshakes. You're going to need deals. You're going to eventually make so much that your employer or employee can no longer give you enough to get to where you're going. You're going to need other people. And that's where character development comes in. That's where networking comes in, personal development, handshakes, becoming the type of person that those want to be around and do business with that's what it's all about. I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. I really do. And so I'm sorry for any confusion there as well. I'm not trying to mislead you guys or confuse you, but I'm positive you do not need a bachelor's degree to become a loan officer. You just need to go and you need to start at the bottom like you would anywhere else. You can't just jump. Even if you had a bachelor's degree, man, you're not going to the bank. They're probably not going to hire you unless they're desperate or unless it's a very small town kind of podunk bank. You're just because you came straight out of college with a bachelor's. Guys, they want experience at the bank, and you're going to have to obtain that experience through a smaller mortgage lending company. Rocket Mortgage, Lending Tree. I can't think of any more. If there's any more out there, shout them out in the comments for this young man. But yeah, I'm beating a dead horse. That's it right there. Another great question I had was it came from Clifford Myers. He said, question for future video. How would you bring a failing business back to life, or would you simply pivot and on to the next thing? What if you've been in your field for a long time and still haven't produced fruit? Would you suggest switching lanes or staying the course? Woo, that's a deep question. That's more of a one-on-one coaching. I'm going to be honest with you, man. That is more of a one-on-one coaching question because there's so much in here to unpack. I don't know the ins and outs of your business. I don't even know what model it is. So we're going to have to look at everything. What is the business? What's the area? What's the population of the area we're in? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I owning a roofing company in a town of 35,000 people? And am I known for going to the bar on Saturday night and getting into fights? Like those things would weigh. So that's a very deep question. You need to look at everything with your business. What type of business is it? What's the demographic of the community that you're in? Are you running a certain type of business, and is it geared towards a certain type of people? And that's something else I've always wanted to touch on with you guys. Unless your business is completely solely based on, black people or Christian people or whatever, you never want to, excuse me, guys. This change of weather, I'm telling you, you never want to specifically target any one group with your business. Now, if it's a female business, you're geared towards women clothing or something, then yes, you're going to target them, obviously. And if it's a male business for beard trimming or something, then yes, you're going to target them, obviously. But, if your business is not based around a race or a religion, you do not want to target those people. You do not want to involve race and religion into your business if it is not based around that. So you do not want to have, say, a food truck, and the first thing is, and I know you're proud, I'm not trying to offend you, but it's business. It's business. You do not want to have a food truck and the first thing that you see on that is Christian owned or black owned, because then right then and there, you're killing some of your business. You're taking away some of your clientele right then and there. So like if it is not geared towards, that type of people, if it is not geared towards, just the black community, like if you want all people to shop with you and you have all products that are made for everybody, you do not just want to say black owned business. You do not just want to do that, because right then and there are going to be people that don't fully understand that and they think they can't shop there. I'm serious. There are going to be people that do not fully understand the meaning of black owned and that you're proud of your heritage and your ancestral roots. And I get it. I really do. But other people may not. And they're going to feel like they can't shop there, like it's not for them. There are also people, like if you start to bring religion into your business, there's nothing wrong with that. You do what you want to do, but you need to be fully aware that you are going to lose some form of customer base. You're going to lose clientele based off of that. Is it right? Is it wrong? You do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter to me. It's not my business, but I'm just letting you know that if you're in it to win it and you want every dollar that you can bring towards you, they say all money ain't good money and all that shit. Hey, it is what it is. You can handle those things however you want to. But when it comes down to business, your business will fail without money coming in. So do not target people if your business is not specifically designated or designed for that party, those types of people, those individuals. So let me read your question again. Clifford Myers, question for future video. How would you bring a failing business back to life, or would you simply pivot and on to the next thing? What if you've been in your field for a long time and still haven't produced fruit? Would you suggest switching lanes or staying the course? Now, by being in your field, do you mean your job? That's the thing, man. I love the question. I need more detail. I need more detail. So if you want to circle back around and write out something longer, so I'll try to get back to it. But you need to know when to start and when to stop a business. Be fast on starting a business. Be fast on pulling the trigger to start your business, and be even faster shutting it down. If you've been running that business for 6 months or a year and nobody has gravitated to it, now that's you doing your own homework and your due diligence, because it takes time. But you also know in your gut, like, man, this is a shitty model. My graphics suck. My logo sucks. Like, be honest with yourself. Like, would you buy? If you rolled up on that business, would you want to buy? Ask your wife, ask your kids, ask your family. Man, kids will tell you the truth. Ask little kids. Ask your sons, your daughters. What do you think? Like, you're not going to hurt daddy's feelings. What do you think? And start preparing them with the mindset. That is, guys, the way I talk to my son, I give him the truth. I let him know, hey, I would do this and this because this would work. I've done this. This won't work. He's seen all my failures. He's seen my drunk days. He's seen all that shit. He's seen me be a great man and a weak one. He's seen it all. Ask your freaking kids, man. Get that stuff, ask people. Ask the public. Go ask some friends in your community. Ask your neighbors. Like, man, what do you think of my business model? And hey, take it on the chin. If it sucks, it sucks. I'm not saying yours does. I don't know what it is. Whenever we discuss this and I responded to it, I should have read it better. I did love the question. I do love the question, but I didn't realize until I started trying to actually answer it how vague it was for me. And when you ask about what if you've been in your field for a long time and still haven't produced fruit, are we talking about the business? Or are we talking about your W-2 employment? Either way it goes, how long have you been there? And if it's not really paying off, I'm gone. I'm gone. And I think you know the answer. Would you suggest switching lanes or staying the course? I think you know the answer to whatever's going on because you're asking me this question. I think whatever's going on, you've been doing it for a while. It's not working. It's not paying off for you. You're not happy with it. I think it's time to jump ship. I think it's time to say goodbye, to close it down, to switch jobs, and to move forward. Set out, if you're making any money off your business, if you're making decent money at your job, you have to live and survive on planet Earth. Let's get a plan together. Let's get a plan together before the end of the year. Let's start 2026 executing on a new plan. Guys, we're right at that freaking, that cusp. We're at that choke point, turning point in the road, however you want to look at it. 2026 is right around the corner. Whatever hopes, dreams, and goals you have lying within inside of you, don't tell a soul. If it's not your spouse and they're not coming with you, don't tell a soul about it. Even then, you may not even be able to tell your spouse. Your hopes and dreams, guys, I say it all the time, are like a big ball of fire inside your chest. And the minute you go telling people, that fire, that flame gets a little bit smaller. That light gets a little bit dimmer. I run around as a very powerful man because I don't talk to anybody about anything except you guys. And you guys are right where you are, my people. And that's what I talk about. I've felt alone for so long because I have been alone for so long. I've had to keep my mouth shut. I've had to keep everything internal, up top, in here. And then I find you guys. I got a few in the comments trying to knock me off the box. They want to knock me off the pedestal, and that's okay. That's okay. I want you to know, for those that, with the nasty comments over the weekends, I still want you to win. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I still want you to wake up happy, healthy, wealthy, successful. I want you to succeed, man. If you, with the nasty comments, you want to hire me for one-on-one coaching, let's do it. Be professional. Let's do that. I'm fine with that. But I still want to see you win. I'm not mad at you. That stuff was very childish. I'm not mad at you at all. I still want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. And I hope that you can move past whatever's wrong with you. And it's karma for me, because I'm sure, I know I don't have any specific story to tell, but I know at some point in my life, I've made nasty comments. I've posted stupid stuff online, been rude under somebody's video. I'm sure of it. I'm sure I've done that. So now it's karma circling back around to get me. But if that's all the karmic debt I have, I'm thankful for that. I will take the hits. I will take the ridicule, the comments. I don't care. You're not stopping me. You're not stopping nothing over here. I want you to fully understand that if I came off this platform, I'm still going to be me. You're going to hear my name. It's just going to slow down the process. You are going to hear my name. You're going to go to the bookstore and there it is, Robert C. Edson, or R.C. Edson, my pen name. I'm still going to be me. You're not going to stop that. So, Clifford, man, I wish that I could have gotten a little more detail. I should have focused on that with you, man. Yeah, definitely. I think you already know the answer. I think it's already internally in you to shut it down, switch lanes, and move on into something else. Let's set down a real plan. If you guys don't vision board, let's vision board. There's plenty of YouTube videos about vision boarding. Let's start the vision boards. Let's start goal setting. Let's start budgeting, getting our finances ready. Let's go ahead and let's print off some bank statements and see where our money's going, what we're doing, what can we get rid of, highlight it, circle it, whatever you need to do. Let's start making a proper budget for the next year. Let's get locked in. And in 2026, let's change our lives for real. And I'm going to be right here the whole time, keeping accountability, keeping up with you guys. That's ultimately what this is. You're getting my coaching program in a mass level. For those that have already scheduled the 4-hour coaching program, or those that have already went through the 1-hour program, I thank you. And I hope that I've been able to provide value for it. Guys, I think that if I wasn't providing value, I think you would have already heard from these people. I think they would have already been in the comments and said some things on a massive scale. So I thank you guys that have already, booked me for coaching. I'm pretty much almost booked for this week. This week is almost full. Still reach out to me on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. I am working on my scheduling and whatnot. So hopefully that'll be done here this week. But you can still reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, and schedule and set up. At this time, I can only take Cash App and Venmo. It seems to work out very well for me right now. But as it grows, because it's growing very fast, I'm going to have to shift lanes, switch gears. But anyways, man, I'm going to get off here, quit rambling, because you guys know I can run with it. So I love the questions. I love the comments. I thank each and every one of you for being here. You guys have a great, productive day, and I'll talk to you later. Take care.